KTN.
Kazi pamoja na tukue pamoja kuimarisha Kenya ni jukumu la Kenya.
Hello there, this is Farm Nation right here on KTN. Today we'll be talking about organic farming, mixed organic farming. We'll be meeting with Joseph, who is a farmer who has been doing this for 3 years, and he is going to be giving us insights into what this means going forward. And you as a farmer at home, what you can learn in order for you to just make sure that that piece of land that you have, you can segment it into small bits and put different types of crops on that piece of land. My name is Kelvin Nyakundi. Let's get right into it. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get right into the conversation and look at you as a mixed organic farmer and what we have here. First of all, how huge is your farm?
This farm is, thank you first. Thank you for coming. This farm is 2.5 acres from the gate to that end, but I'm only farming on 1.5 acres.
1.5 acres.
1.5 acres.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kinds of crops do you have in your farm?
I have a diversity of around 13 to 15 crops.
Okay.
Yes.
13 to 15 crops.
Yes.
Right. So right over here we have onions.
Yes.
I'm seeing onions. I'm seeing different types of onions as well. You can also tell us what else you have on this particular side. I'm also seeing Mexican marigold. Yes.
All right. Now, if you look at this, there are 3 demarcations, 1, 2, and 3. The first one, I've done a mix of onions, which include the spring onion, the bulbs. These are bulb onions, and then I have leeks. So in this particular space, I've done a mix of all for aesthetics, for beauty. You know, when they grow differently. But like from when they are starting to grow in the nursery, they look alike. As they continue to mature, or as they grow, now the leaves start looking or turning different. So even as they mature and grow, they have a different look. They look different. So I grew them here because this is my path to the shamba, just to be admiring them as I walk in. And it's also, since I don't have a kitchen garden, it's closer to the house, so I can come and pick whatever I want.
Okay.
In that mix also, I have some peppers, different kinds of peppers. But again, this will also cross-pollinate. You might plant something, but what you harvest at the end of the day is totally different because of the cross-multiplication, which for me, because this is, I've done it for fun, I don't mind, and I like it to see how they cross-multiply. You've asked about Mexican marigold. Yes, I've planted this here to give the farm that, aesthetic look. They're beautiful. They are pollinators, they attract pollinators, and again, they repel some pests. So having them in the midst of your garden helps with all that beauty and pest management.
All right, very well explained. So first of all, even before you move further and look at this particular region, what is the thought behind, putting the spring onions, the leek onions, and Mexican marigold, the peppers, all this? What is the thought behind putting them together? Because, of course, you've said behaving like a kitchen garden.
Yes.
So tell us what was behind the thought of that.
Well, there's what you call companion planting. Now, some crops like now, the spring onion will act as a pest deterrent to the peppers. And in that way, I know my chili is protected from pests. I know that it will look beautiful. Water retention, the roots will be at different levels. So they're not competing. In that way, they are good companions because the pepper will take its roots deeper. The onions will take the roots a bit shallow. So they're not competing. So when I'm fertilizing, like I'm putting manure on a particular area, I know there's no competition and they will support each other. Yes, and for beauty, of course. Yes.
And so the kinds of onions that we have here, I think we have to look at the leek onions, the way they look, and also the spring onions, so that at least we understand what is the thought behind that. I've also seen you have the bulbs that you had shown us earlier.
Yes.
So can we get maybe the spring ones as well,
You can
as we get the leek?
You can either uproot or you prefer we look at, we can do an uprooting because this, we call it budding. Bunching, sorry, not budding.
Okay.
Now,
This one's okay. Okay.
it's okay. I can show you from this. Huh? This is one stem. Now, if I plant, because this is what you can plant. I plant this, it will bunch to many like this.
Okay.
Now, one distinct feature is that these are rounded for the spring onion. For the leek
onions,
it is different.
or it somehow looks like grass, right?
It looks like a grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is the smell the same?
Not really.
Not really. It's not
really.
as strong as the spring one.
Yes, they have distinct smells.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you grow these two next to each other, is there any effect or?
No, there's no effect. They do not compete. They will not. Okay, problem might be attracting the same pest, and that pest would be the greatest pest for onions. Is the thrip, which whether you plant together or not will come. So what you do is just pest management.
Okay.
Yes, so I don't have a problem growing them together. You can see them from the proximity.
Yeah.
There's no problem.
So this is the leek onion, and
Yes.
we also have the spring onion.
Yes.
I will hold on to this.
Now,
And
when you're planting them, you should cut this with a knife, the roots and the shoot up to here, then don't get kwa
if you
mchanga.
want to plant them again.
when you're planting.
Okay.
Now this will give you this or more, more than this or such an amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's Mexican marigold there.
Yes.
And so what is the reason of planting? Because I can see the Mexican marigold are on the edges.
Yes.
On the edges, not in the middle.
Well, I've done them on the edges so as to give the farm, that like a good, beautiful hedge.
Okay.
One. And two is also for pests control and management. On that side also, there should be some, where you're standing, I had planted some, but they could have been uprooted during weeding, because we recently weeded, so a few might have been uprooted. But again, they grow very fast, because what I do is I can just place, like these are the seeds.
Okay, so you plant the seeds.
Yeah, you just broadcast them. Then as they grow, you come uprooting. Because if you look, there's one that is not flowering, but it's coming up. So I normally like to grow them either on the edges or, somewhere. You'll see, as you continue touring the farm, you will see others that are in the beds. Yes.
Right. So is there any other crop that we have here that we've not spoken about? Because I can see there's also
Manago.
Managu.
Yeah, but this one I've not planted. The birds have helped me plant. These ones, you see, birds love the nightshade. So when they come to feed on cherry tomatoes or whatever, the pili pili, they also eat the chili. So they come to feed that, they poop, they leave seeds of whatever they've eaten. And one thing is that anything that goes through the gut system of a bird, when planted, when the droppings fall on the ground, has a very high chance of germination than what you will try to plant.
Oh, so why? Why is that so?
I've not understood the science, but I know from what I've seen, because when you look at the cherry tomatoes I've planted and the ones that the birds have planted, I plant and probably the ones the birds have planted will overtake mine in number, germination, and sometimes disease resistant, because they're less prone to diseases.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Very well explained. So we can, I think we can now move to this other.
I wanted to show you some fruit trees.
Okay.
Just where you're standing, there's some pawpaws.
Oh, there's some pawpaws here.
Yes, I've done some pawpaws there. Then a mix of pawpaws and what you call tree tomatoes.
Okay.
Yes.
What's the reason for now you putting them on this side and not on the other side? Is it for aesthetics as well?
Aesthetics, one, and two, they're less likely to be disturbed. Because, this is now the pathway, the gateway to the farm.
Yes.
So anyone can, by accident or willingly do anything. Or maybe a donkey walking when they're coming for something from the farm, pickups, they might injure the plant. But when they're there, they are more protected than here. And again, there is more shady than here. So they are likely to do better from that side than on this side. Another thing, when it rains, it floods more on this side.
Okay.
Yeah, so I chose to do them on that side.
And now that you're speaking about the rain, when you look at watering for these plants, because they are together in the same space,
yes.
How is it? Do you water them the same time? Do you water them around the same time during the day? And when it comes to sunlight, exposure to sunlight, are they all receiving, of course, the same kind of sunlight, because others are closer to the,
to the fence.
The fence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I water them at the same time. When I'm watering the onions, I will water the peppers and all. But right now, my focus is on the fruit trees, the pawpaws and the tree tomatoes, because they're the ones I recently planted. These ones had been here for some time. Okay. So they're actually, some are doing like the second season, like the peppers, because utapata hoho zingine, this is the second season. But the fruit trees, this is the first season. So I recently just planted last month during the heavy rains. So I need to focus on watering them. These ones I water maybe once a week, or depending on the moisture that is on the soil. They get relatively around 6 to 7 hours of sunshine. Okay. Which is fair enough.
Ah, yes. That's nice. Right, so we are on the second part of the shamba.
Yes.
And here we have now the leeks.
Yes.
That are now bigger, grown together with Mexican marigold. So this one is, for example, how long have the leek onions, have you been growing the leek onions for them to now reach this size?
This is now close to 3 months. Unfortunately, there was a lot of rain and it also disappeared. That kind of affected their development. And for that matter, I decided now even to do some pumpkin to be a cover crop. So that will mitigate the water loss. I've done some mulching, but due to, it decomposes. So decompose, now I need to do another set of mulching, probably in the next 1 week, and continue watering. So this is around 3 months, and they are yet to do better. They'll do better.
Okay.
Yes.
And for example, when you are growing these particular types of crops together,
yes,
like the way you've decided to, segment them,
yes,
when it comes to application of organic manure, how do you usually do it, and what goes behind, applying the organic manure in this particular type of maybe setting?
Okay, most of the crops don't mind organic manure. So when I'm fertilizing, I do not really mind, because whatever I'm giving the leek, whatever I'm giving the spring, the peppers, it is okay. Now something like sometimes the flowering crops, like now the peppers and the hohos, that sometimes is a bit different, because there are some things I apply on them that I do not apply on the onions. Something like rice water. Rice water is good for the flowering. Since onions are not flowering, I just apply on the peppers. So the onions will have to wait for the next mix that I make for the rice water. The onions now is something that probably the banana peels, that mix of banana peel, fermented, poured, and all that. So that is slightly the difference. But most of other things I just use on all.
All right.
Yes.
Right, we can keep moving, because I can see we still have the leek onions. So
yes.
After they stay for 3 months, now I can see they're a bit mature.
Yes.
What do you usually do? Do you just harvest and take them to the market, or if you have, customers that you usually sell them to?
Well, we have a market that we sell, we aggregate our farm produce. That is from different farms. We sell at a common market. Then I have other customers. I have walk-ins. So sometimes you might find I have not sold. There's a lot in the market, or the demand is not that much. Like I will show you with some others that are on the other side of the farm.
Okay.
So I let them go to seed. I harvest the seed, or I let it just fall on the ground, which I come and uproot and put somewhere else to grow.
Okay.
Other times also I consume the same, or I use it to make farm inputs. This you can also use for making biopesticides, also biofoliars. So there's nothing really that goes to waste. Let it go to seed, or use it to make biofoliars, because that onion, the onions, you can mix them together with the peppers, the rice water, eggshells, make a biofoliar.
Okay.
Something to replenish the soil.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving to this other part of, the farm, this side.
Yes.
Okay, so what do we have here?
Right. Here we have different types of peppers. The ones you've seen there are totally different, because this is, I don't know what to call them, because I call them a mix. This is cayenne.
No, cayenne.
Cayenne. Now this is like the third season. And this I call banana pepper. It is big.
Wow.
Colorful.
Big.
Yes. Now, ideally, that is the way.
And I believe very hot, right?
No.
Not really?
This is not hot. It's beautiful, it's big, and flavorful,
Okay.
but not hot. This is its shape, ideally, okay? There was something I was talking about, cross-pollination. Now, you've seen it's from the same plant, right?
Yes.
I want to show you something. If you look at this, they're already looking something different.
Okay, yeah, this is a bit different, right?
Different from the shape, from the cross-pollination. So I'm not sure, because I've not tested if it's this, like at this stage, it's not supposed to be that hot. But because of cross-pollination, you might find that it has turned hot.
So let me ask, for example, you've said this is the third
cycle.
So by the time they are this big, or they've grown like this, how long has that been? How long have you grown them for?
These ones have been here close to 2 years now.
2 years.
2 years. Yes.
Okay. And I can see some bit of mulching.
Yes, I did very heavy mulching. Not as this was not, the mulching here was not so heavy because I was afraid that they might rot. Because now this soil here is black cotton. If you do very heavy, it might rot. But these ones I'd seen before that they can withstand the mulching.
Okay.
So I did proper heavy mulching. The termites are working on it, yes, but slower. They're working on it, but slow. And you can see some marigold also there.
Yes. So, for example, you've spoken about the termites. Let's keep moving. You've spoken about the termites. When we look at pests and, diseases of these plants, these crops, how do you maintain such crops? Because this one have been here for like 2 years.
Yes.
So what do you usually plant maybe on the side, or what do you apply to keep away the pests?
Now, like here, I did a lot of Mexican marigold, some of which you can see has been uprooted, and others, they grow. When they mature, because there's a stage past which the marigold is not very effective. So it's until it gets to that flowering stage, then you uproot it to release that. It gets to maybe a stage close to this stage. At that stage, it has that potential to repel some pests. Yes.
And this cayenne?
Not cayenne, banana. The cayenne is...
Oh, the cayenne is the other one on the end.
One
this one is the?
I call it banana.
Banana.
Yeah. It's big. It looks like a banana. It's big.
It looks like a banana.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a type of pepper, right?
Yes.
Okay, but you call it banana.
Banana, yeah.
So we say, according to you, this is a banana.
A banana pepper.
Okay, looks very nice.
Now, the flavor, the taste of that is different from this.
Well, the taste of this one is different from...
When it's green, it's not fully mature, right? So it will taste different.
Okay.
When it matures, the flavor is released better. You get to enjoy it more. Yeah.
Okay, I'll get to enjoy this, the green one as well, and the one that is well matured. We're getting to another section of the farm. So tell us what you have here.
Here I've done spring onions. Now, the problem with this, you can see, now what I was talking of, the greatest enemy of the onions are the aphid, the thrips. These are the thrips.
Okay, some of the pests that we were talking about,
yes.
Right?
Now here, the management didn't work very well. I need to do better. But yes, after the leaks, I did spring here and some tobacco, which is also supposed to repel.
Oh, some
pests.
tobacco.
Yes, because it's sticky. It normally, it catches the pests and repels them. But it didn't work very well. Yeah, that and more of the fruit trees.
Okay.
That was my nursery for onions. That area is where I do propagation. But at the moment, it's not active. I'm still working. I'm working on the next season. Since I have this, I have to remove. But I was not so sure of the weather. So I was a bit skeptical to do a bed for the onions, fearing that it might not go very well with the weather.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So, okay. So we are on this last section of this part of the farm.
Yes.
Where you have also different types of plants that you've put together. Tell us what is on this section.
Well, yes. This, like I was saying, this was my nursery. I was propagating the different kind of onions. These seedlings you see here, apart from this, which you can grow from one another, I made the seeds from here. Got the seeds, put them in a nursery, which is cheaper when you're doing, a big portion. Because what you've just seen here is just a bit of what I've planted on the shamba.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was the nursery for the bulb onions. There's a spring I'd done up there, and leeks. So basically, since it was a nursery, I'm just giving it time to rejuvenate. At the same time, I'd put some compost, some mulching. Yeah, so it is still working on.
Okay.
This is a bin I'd want to show you. It's supposed to be on a trellis, but I didn't put. This is called a lima bin. It's a variegated. It's a bin that, this one is not yet mature, but the pod looks something like that.
So when it's matured inside, what can we expect? Do we have the flat types of beans, or?
You're right. It is flat.
It is flat.
Yes, maroon and cream or beige. Something that looks like that. This color.
Okay.
That color.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. We can move to the other end of this particular section. So where you have the mulching here,
yes,
what do you have?
This was, like I was saying, the nursery, and I was trying just to let the soil heal before the next seedlings come in.
Okay.
So even where you're standing was a nursery, but I had it, tilled. So I want to do some manure and some inoculation to get the microbes back in action, to fire them up here.
All right.
Yes.
Right, so we're going to take a Welcome back. Remember, today we are talking about organic farming, that is mixed organic farming, and we are still here with Joseph, who is going to be showing us the types of crops that are grown together, and just look at the types of onions that we have, the types of different maybe bananas and also maize that can be put together on the same land. Thank you so much for still sticking around. Right, so where we are standing, I can see onions, I can see white onions, and I think on your side, you told me you have? Red onions, right?
Yes.
Okay, let us just even... so this is white onion.
Yes.
In the same space with, I can see we have the red onions.
Yes.
And on this other side, we have maize and also pepper as well.
All right.
So, Joseph,
yes,
tell us what this is all about. Because we can see we have the white onion, which is well matured, it is grown, and it's ready to be harvested.
Yes, I'm trying to look for a red one.
For a red one, right?
Yeah, but okay, currently, let's work with this anyway.
Okay.
It will do for the demonstration. Yes,
okay, that's fine.
This is a red bulb, that is a white
bulb.
Yes, so I've planted red, white, and the leeks on that side. The leeks are a bit overgrown. They're what I was saying. They can be used for farm inputs, or let them go to seed. There's no loss in the farm. So because of the rains that were a bit too heavy, some of them are rotten, but a good number are still okay. So I'm waiting for them to dry up properly and harvest. These ones are not really ready. So yeah, the idea of growing them together like this is just for companionship, and also, like I told you before, you grow coriander, dania. This keeps away the pest, the biggest pest, which is the thrips. So the thrips I showed you there.
And the effect they had.
Yes.
Okay.
Here, there's no thrips.
Okay.
For sure. Here, this keeps away. This is what I think keeps away, because it produces the smell that keeps away the thrips.
Okay.
Besides that, onions need fertilization and a lot of water. As we were moving, the soil there was a bit darker. It's becoming, this has a bit of marram, sandy kind of as we go.
It's not as dark as
the other one. It's not as dark, and it's not as, does not retain water that well. So as we go, you will see the different soil textures and structures.
Okay.
Yes.
And also, before we move, on the other side, we have bananas as well, and pumpkin. Yeah, so you can tell us as well before we even move, because I want us to move like this so that we see what is on this side and what is on this other side.
Okay. On this side, the bananas are supposed to give a cool kind of climate to the crops that are growing beneath it. So they form a not a microclimate that supports whatever is down there. I had grown maize. Now, the maize you see behind you,
Yes, the maize.
this was just, by the way, to hold the soil because of the runoff, water running, soil erosion. The maize are done from the bananas there. We've already eaten. I had done maize, beans, and then the pumpkins, but I did them at different times so that by the time the beans are ready, the pumpkins are already now coming to cover the space that the beans are taken. So they became the cover crop to protect the maize from too much heat loss, water loss from the heat.
Okay.
I've done napier grass, kawaida napier grass, the sweet potatoes, and their pumpkins. I just give you a snippet of, how they're doing.
Oh, they're doing well.
They're doing very well.
Yes.
These are different. I've done different types of sweet potato varieties. This way, the soil there is moist, and the crops, they do very well. The sweet potatoes come out very well. The pumpkins are covered. They don't get what you call the sunburn, so they're doing fine.
Okay.
The napier grass I exchange with a neighbor for manure.
Okay.
We trade off the maize, stovers.
So you give him napier grass, he gives you manure.
Yes.
Good way to coexist, right?
And again, the beauty is that you see the soil, the nutrients that the soil, the nutrients in the soil that have been used up. The crops have mined the nutrients from the soil, right? Those nutrients go to the crop. And when the cows consume the same, it means that it still comes back to the same farm. So it is a form of a regenerative farming structure.
Okay.
Because the manure will come back. I'll use the manure from there, produce crops, the leftovers, or, I don't know what to call them, like leftovers, the napier grass. Some I use on beds to fertilize, to mulch, and all that. Then there's what I share with the neighbor, continue replenishing the farm.
Okay. Right. So this side we have the maize.
Yes.
And they are growing very well.
Yes.
So beside the maize, I can see we have also pepper, the way you said.
Yes.
There's some Mexican marigold, there's some dania, and there's some white onions.
Yes.
And going forward, we have vegetables as well.
Yes.
So what vegetable do you have, and how did this come about?
All right. The maize, like I said, is for preventing the surface runoff. So the roots hold the soil. Because onions, their roots are a bit shallow. Then the Mexican marigold is for pest repellent. Peppers is for them to get the nutrients, because the onions won't go deep, for them to mine the nutrients that are in the soil.
Okay.
So that it does not leach a lot. I have some cherry tomatoes, which I also planted just to see how they would do.
And they're doing well as well.
Yes.
The cherry tomatoes?
Cherry tomatoes. Different colors. Like if you look, these ones are red. Down there, yellow. When it's mature, it is yellow. This, when mature, goes to red. The tastes are totally different. If you don't mind tasting. No, that is not ready, but it's almost
not ready. Yeah.
It should have a almost perfect yellow. From what? Can I come and?
Oh yeah. You can show us.
Just a minute. It's okay. I'll step on the onion kidogo. Now.
So why are they yellow? And
it is the variety. The variety.
So there's cherry tomatoes that are yellow, and there are ones that are red.
That are red. Yeah, you see now, like these ones are red. These ones are red. Those ones are yellow. Unfortunately, the yellow ones don't grow very big.
Yeah.
It's their variety.
All right, so the vegetable that we have here, I know this is a vegetable.
Yes,
you
it
can
is.
tell us what it is, and I know it's a popular one as
Yes.
well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
This is amaranth. Ama kwa Kiswahili terere. Ama mnavu.
Yes.
It goes by a lot of names.
Managu, yes.
No, managu is the giant nightshade. But this is terere. It's now we call it's indigenous. It's very good for mixing with other veggies. You can also eat it by itself. Some people do raw, others cook it, majority cook it. So it depends on your preference.
And before you even continue, when you look at the soil,
Yes.
see from there, we've started all the way.
Yes.
Now, this side, I can see vegetables, more vegetables on this side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell us maybe the consistency of the soil here and how it's holding the vegetables.
Well, here, vegetables, this is like the third time I'm trying here, which include the onions. They do very well when there's water, when it is well irrigated, because they drain very well. Unfortunately, during the dry seasons, it's a lot of work to water here to irrigate, because I do not have a drip system yet. So I work on either a pipe or the watering can and bucket. So the soil is good. Like now for the maize, you can see from even the height, they're doing okay. And it's been dry for quite some time, for a few weeks. So the consistency for vegetables, it would be good to grow them when there is an elaborate irrigation system. Others for rain-fed, perfect, good. But during the dry season, not very good.
Okay.
Yes.
And even during the dry season, how can a farmer water their plants that maybe they've grown many on the same piece of land? And what would you advise in terms of watering, in terms of, exposure to
The sun.
and everything else?
All right. Very good question. Now, the first thing would be to custom make the bed when you're planting those crops. Because now, like, this place is steep. So you play with the gradient, you flatten your beds so that whatever you plant will be able to hold water for longer. And again, at the same time, you also do like basins. When you're planting, you make sure you're planting in a hole like you dig like a hole to enable you to plant that crop there and for it to maintain water. The other thing would be to use compost or animal manure to work on the soil. The other thing is to do mulching. That will also reduce the heat loss. And like you see, I've done some trees in between. I'm trying also to add more to block the wind. Because when it's windy, the rate of evapotranspiration increases.
Yeah.
Because the wind blows the moisture from the ground. So the rate of transpiration is higher.
Yeah.
So you lose more. So have wind breakers, mulch, condition the soil, that is, make it, repair it with compost. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
Okay, very good insights. And so this means that it's good to actually water at night if you want to water?
Evening, yeah.
Evening, night.
Night.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Right, let's keep moving and look at, okay, so we have the maize as well.
Yes.
And I can see we have maize in front of us. Maize that is very healthy.
Very.
Yeah. So when it comes to the maize, how old are these ones?
These were planted mid-April.
This year?
Yeah, mid-April this year during the heavy rains. So, like I was saying, because of the slope, there are some areas when there's too much rain, the water carries the beds. So I planted this to stop the onions being washed away, to hold the soil, and also to have something to eat after the maize that was here got finished, because this matured earlier and faster. So that's when I decided to plant the maize in between to give, for the roots to hold the soil, to reduce the surface runoff, and also to protect the onions during the hot sun.
Oh,
yes.
So the maize are used for protecting the onions,
yes.
right? Or to give them the shade?
The shade, kidogo shade that they need. But you can see there's a lot of dania. That dania was to protect the onions from the thrips. Yes.
And when it comes to, trying to protect these plants that are growing on the lower side,
yes.
What is the most important thing to do? Do you have to always maybe, plant plants that are longer than the plants growing on the lower side? Because if plants need shade, someone might say, okay, plant them inside a greenhouse, So give us your thinking behind, growing the maize, just to give the other plants a very nice shade.
Yeah. So ideally, what you play around with is timing. Like now, if you're doing maize, beans, and pumpkins, you do not plant them all at the same time. You look at what grows faster, taller faster. Maize, right? So, and that bean probably is something that is going to need the maize stalk to climb. So you can do the maize, then the beans. Then after they have grown up to maybe a foot, when the maize are about a foot high, now you can do the pumpkin. So that, you see now, if you do the pumpkin early, it will cover the ground and cover the beans. So you might not get to enjoy the beans. But if you do them staggered, and you've left some, you've given them some time to grow for you to introduce the next crop, they will grow up very well. Like now, initially here, see the remnant of the maize. This is what, just a few stalks left.
Yes.
It was beautiful because there's cover. Whatever is down there, the pumpkin does not dry. It is covering, that place is still moist.
Yes.
It's not as dry as here because the pumpkin now becomes the cover crop. It protects whatever was there, the maize now, which is now finished. And I can't plant right away. I'll have to look for another section to do another bit of that. So it is timing, knowing what crop you want to grow, what you want to achieve. Like now for that shade, if it is the maize that is going to do it, now like the bananas here, they're giving shade also to the pumpkins. And there are also some fruit trees that have grown there. So bananas provide that shade for the crops that need the shade. There are some crops like maize that don't need shade.
Okay.
If I do this under the shade of that avocado tree, I will not get anything. And if anything, it won't be as good as it would have been here because they love direct sun. Maybe now what I can do there is probably the garlic and, no, not even garlic, ginger. Ginger will do well under that shaded environment because it needs some level of shade and a good exposure to sunlight.
Okay. So, even as we are moving, now when you look at some of the challenges, especially when you're dealing with such kind of planting, because it's mixed farming, you have all these crops, all these nutrients on the ground, and you want them to grow. What are some of the challenges that you've been able to encounter, especially when you are dealing with maize, onions, vegetables, tomatoes together and all these types. What are the challenges, and how have you been able, to come out of that and have very healthy looking crops?
Well, the biggest challenge is, you see now that diversity brings along with it its challenges. Maize, like this, has been affected by the stalk borer. So dealing with that particular pest for that crop needs for you to have that eye, to be a scout. Onions, cherry tomatoes, they will have different pests. So the challenge would be in managing. Now, like for this, I was using ash on individual stalk. So you have to do that dry ash on individual stalk and adding a bit of soil on top. Most of them are not attacked, but a few, were not as equal protected from the pests. Tomatoes will have their own pests, but not so much, because the greatest one is tuta absoluta, and I thank God it has not vermeared me, just slightly in a few pockets. But mostly whatever biopesticide I'm using, it is working for most. The unfortunate thing is that when you're using those the garlic mix, you can't use it on all crops, so you have to choose the crops, the ones that are suited for that treatment at that time. So that is the major challenge, but it's not a challenge for me, because I mean it's part of what I am doing, so I'm okay with it.
Okay. Okay, so even as we are now looking at this and trying to learn and different things that have come up, you as a farmer, as you've been able to do this, first of all, how long have you been doing this for?
Well, this would be my third year.
Third year?
Yes, because initially we used to come to the farm, visit, go back tourists. But in 2024, January, I went for training, agroecological training, and since then I've been doing continuous training, farm visits, farmer exchange, so trying to acquire a lot of knowledge in a very short time, and I hit the ground running. Initially I'd done just like 3 crops, but from the training we were taught about diversification, so I'm applying everything that I learned and a lot more.
Okay.
The initial knowledge I had, plus what I learned, plus what I continuously learn through exchange visits.
Okay. And for the 3 years,
Yes.
You as a farmer, when you look at some of the lessons that you've been able to learn, especially in this kind of farming, what are some of the lessons that you can share, with us and even farmers at home and people who are trying to start or get into organic farming?
I'd summarize it into perspective. One, people say that farming is hard. Well, it is hard if you're not into it. You need to have a passion. It's like anything can be hard, anything can be easy. How you look at it, and the passion, the zeal that you have to, what is it that is pushing you? That is what determines the outcome. So for farmers, if you're passionate about farming, and especially organic farming, it is fun. Growing things naturally and using natural remedies to deal with the problem that you might have. It is fun, because whatever you're using is not going to harm you. It's not going to harm someone else, because sometimes you grow crops that you're not going to use, right? So whoever is going to consume that produce will be safe, just as you are. So I'd ask more farmers to embrace organic farming. Then it's it should have a premium. We don't have a premium price right now, but basically it should have, because it is less toxic. It is not toxic, not less, it is not toxic. So the fear of having residue chemicals in that food, and you don't know what that farmer used, and you know the adverse effect it would have on you. When you're doing organic, you're not worried about that, because it's natural. You know, your chemicals are the chemicals that are naturally occurring. Like I'll show you a mix I'm making. You know, it's good to make some. Others sometimes you buy, because see, I do not have a measure of knowing how much nitrogen is in this, how much potassium is in this, you know, phosphorus, NPK, and calcium. Yes, you will make, but you won't know unless you take it to a lab and all. Okay. So that's why sometimes you buy some inputs like the organic fertilizer, organic foliars, the biopesticides, among other things that are available.
All right, so the thing is, farmers should embrace organic farming.
Yeah.
All right, you've heard it from Joseph himself. He's giving us an encouragement. And remember, organic farming is the way to go. And here you get to use natural remedies in order for you to get good crops and a good yield at the end of the day. My name is Calvin Nyakundi. We've come to the end of this edition of Farm Kenya. Let's meet next week, same time, right here on KTN.
Kuwa mkono ambao unalima